Okay, today we're going to be changing out the gas valve and throttling valve on a Carrier Infinity condensing gas furnace. I've already taken off the flexible gas line, and I've disconnected the combustion air intake, as you can see there. The way I usually do these is I take the burner assembly out as a whole. You can take out these screws there and there. On the other side, I've already disconnected the gas line and throttling valve. Okay, so the burner assembly is out of the furnace. It was quite difficult to get out. What I ended up having to do is to take the top plate of the furnace, loosen it. If you look up and in here, you'll see screw holes. And that's where the burner assembly actually fits on the heat exchanger panel. And so I dropped that out. I had to take the combustion air assembly off because, as you can see, this throttle valve is not going to clear, or didn't clear. This is affixed by a silicone gasket. Take these two screws out here, then take a screwdriver and gently pry along this lip, and this will pop down and out. It'll let you get the very last screw, which, if you look here, is recessed behind this combustion air intake assembly. That was not fun. So the original complaint on this was that there was an intermittent failure. It popped up about once every couple of months. Found that the condensate pump had failed, but I also found that this throttling valve solenoid was humming. To be honest with you, I'm not sure what a throttling valve does, except throttle, and I've never been able to get a good straight answer out of our technical service manager for Carrier. So one note to make when you're changing these out, there is a gasket that sits directly behind the burner box and affixes in between the burner box and the heat exchanger panel. You want to take care in not damaging that when you're taking this burner box out of the furnace. Now I'm going to see how it goes back together. Okay, so what you didn't see through the magic of editing is that gasket that we looked at earlier. I like to take a little bit of high temp silicone and just dab it along to make sure that the gasket stays in place, and then I like to tighten everything down over it. The part that you missed out on is where my tube of high temp silicone kind of exploded, because I'm cheap and I don't like to buy more than one tube when I don't have to. So it's back in there. I've got to put the final screws in, but you can see that the new valve is in. Make all the final connections and we'll fire it off and see how it works. Okay, so I've rehooked up the rollout switch, the hot surface igniter, the two pressure sensing tubes that go down to the pressure switch. Finished making the pipe connections. One thing I can't really stress enough is that when we're making new connections, dry connections, we use PTFE pipe thread sealer, pipe dope. This, of course, is a flare connection, so it doesn't need any. And what I like to do is, when I'm done, I like to just go through and make sure that everything is tight. And I know I should be using a backup wrench, but The other hand's holding the camera. So we'll make the final connections and see if we did anything wrong. Okay, here we go. I'm ready. All right, inducer is on. Hot surface igniter hit. It'll take, there we go, we had clean ignition. Alright, I think we're good. We got good flame all the way across, nice and even. No humming from the throttling valve. If any of you guys know what a throttling valve does exactly, let me know in the comment sections, please. Alright, I'm going to call this repair done. Oh, one thing that you guys didn't see is I bubble tested all my connections to make sure that they were tight. Okay, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.